Welcome back to another hardcore Minecraft episode. Thought I'd start this one off a bit differently with a little build here. And so obviously this is an extension of the dock here, and I thought I'd make a little shop here, and I thought it could be for like exotic fish or something, and that's why there's all these strange things around, and we've got storage containers and different barrels. I really like the pots here with the candles. It looks like there's something inside of them. And then we've got some banners which would be advertising or something, some more storage, the little shop itself. And then when we fill the lake with water, this area will be mostly underwater, and I thought this could be a sort of underwater cage or holding area for the different fish. And I'm sure this is completely unrealistic, but I don't know, I just like the way the chains look, so I went with it. Then I added a lot more detail to the dock itself. I added like pipes and different things going around. And then we have pipes up here as well, which connect to these things which go down to the sea. And there are a lot of textures and different things happening in the wall itself, which fits in with the rest of the dock. It is very messy, but I think it actually works. I think it sort of fits together. The colors work, and it doesn't feel too noisy. But the whole reason I built this is because I wanted to have a place to store Nautilus so we can ride them around when the lake is finished, and I didn't really know how to do that. I could have made like a little cave or a cove or something, but I came up with this idea, the Nautilus or fish shop, and yeah, I thought we could have a little cage here for all of them, and then when we want to ride them we can just jump over the fence and ride them around. But yeah, I won't get any Nautilus until this area is actually filled with water, but I do want to try and get a baby Nautilus and put it in here. And there are items in the game now called golden dandelions, which I'm pretty sure if you feed them to a baby mob they stay young forever, so it could just be a cute little Nautilus swimming around in here. But the actual reason I wanted Nautilus is because when we finish off the cliffs here, they're going to be connected all the way to the seafloor, and the top of them is going to be capped off, so there's going to be no way to get into the industrial district here. I needed to think of a way to get into here, and I thought, why not eventually build some underwater cave where we can use the Nautilus to swim into that, and that can be a good use case of them. So for now we can just use the elytra, but when we finish this whole lake area, we can have some Nautilus and build an underwater cave so we can access the industrial district through that. But I also want to make like a sort of underwater room where all of the storage outputs are connected into one place. So we'll have the underwater cave, which goes into the room where we have all the rows of chests for each different farm here. And that way, if we just want to get something quickly, we don't have to search around, we can just grab it from the chests, but we can still fly up and access all the farms. So that is the plan for today, and I also have a few other smaller things I want to do. And the first smaller thing I want to get done is finding a golden dandelion and a baby Nautilus, which we can use for the little water tub here. So I built this little channel which goes all the way along here and connects up to this, which connects to this river, which goes all the way out to the ocean behind the mountains. And that way we can breed 2 Nautilus out there and then get the baby Nautilus and bring it with a lead all the way through. And it needs to be in water, otherwise it'll drown. So it's good that we have this river which goes pretty close to the dock area. But before we find the 2 Nautilus to breed, we need to get some pufferfish, because that's what they eat, and we can grab some up. I don't know if they work like horses, like if each of them have different speeds or if they're all the same speed or not. I'm pretty sure the rare coral covered Nautilus that you can find, I'm pretty sure that has a faster speed, but I don't know. Okay, here's a bunch that just spawned in. There you go. And there we have a little baby Nautilus. Look how cute it is. So I'll just grab a lead and a little boat, and we can scoop this guy up, and we can get in a boat and we can run away. Isn't that amazing? Just trailing behind. And we can see the castle in the distance over there. So we're getting closer. Okay, and now we can just use the channel which I dug out over here. I'm just going to leave him here for a second, and I'm going to go get a name tag and one of the golden dandelions. I'm pretty sure you just craft the golden dandelions. Maybe they spawn in the wild too, but who knows. So there we go, and I like the way it looks. It does look pretty golden. I will also just buy a name tag here quickly. I don't really know what to name the Nautilus. I think for now, while I think of an actual name, I'll just say buy one, get one free. Because it's a fish shop after all, where you can buy the live fish. So maybe there's a deal on where you can buy one baby Nautilus and get one for free. Anyways, let's feed you the golden dandelion, and then we can give you the name tag, buy one get one free. Now we can grab the lead, and we can go up the little channel. Hopefully this works. Okay, come around here. Yep, there we go. That's working well, I think. And around here. And into the pool here. I'll just grab a building block. Let's use something. Okay, now let's... Oh, get in the water, get in the water. Okay, I'll just... What? What's going on? What was happening there? Was there no water down there? Was he suffocating? Well, no, he doesn't have much health. You know, I think I'm just going to build a little platform down here that we can land him on. Okay, let's be quick. Build up really high, and then fly. What? No, quick into the water. Okay, that was a bit bad. He got stuck up here. We'll have to go a bit higher this time. Off we go. Just go a bit higher this time. And... Oh, I landed him straight in? What? How did I do that? I didn't even see what happened. That was perfect. So I don't think he can get out of there. It should be fine. And it seems that when you go a bit further away, he starts swimming in circles. Look at that. So cute. It adds so much movement to the dock. It's nice. Well, I'm very happy with that. That went really well. Barely any hiccups at all. So yeah, perfect. This area of the dock is now finished. Oh no. Okay. I was just waiting up there thinking about something, and this guy escaped. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Well, it does look a little bit weird now, but you can still see him. And you can see him from up here and everything, so I think it's okay. I also discovered this new trick, which isn't new, but it's new for me, where you can put a pressure plate on an item frame, and that makes it look like it's on a plate. And so I used that trick over here in the little pagoda here we built in the last episode. And I added a little feather here, which is like a quill for the ink. And for some reason when you step on the pressure plates, they stay pressed down, which could be a cool detail in and of itself. But yeah, for here it's kind of just annoying. And I also added this little plant here, the small drip leaf I think, and I added some hanging flowers, which I kind of like the look of. Yeah, when I saw that new detail, I thought of the castle here, because we have this little dining hall where we have pressure plates for plates, but I thought we could use this trick like that, and that's just a more detailed plate, and we can put an item on it. So I think, so I'll just go grab some different foods. I'll give one of them a cooked fish. I'll also make some pumpkin pie. Give one guy a potato or something. I'll bake it though. Give one guy a golden carrot. And how about a little beetroot? So you can have the pie. You can have some chicken. You can have a potato. Beetroot for you. Golden carrot for you. Some mutton for you. A nice cod for you. And as soon as I grab that ender pearl, this enderman teleported in here. that's so cool. What? I just grabbed this and wow, that's like a strange coincidence. Maybe he wants to eat the ender pearl. Anyways, you sir over here can have an ender pearl. Bit of a strange meal. Well, that was fun, but now I want to start work on the amethyst farm down here in our mines. We have an amethyst geode right at the end of our little mine here, and it's quite a large one. There are quite a few buds here. I'm not going to try and make it super efficient. I'm not going to make one of those flying machine ones or anything. I'll just use pistons, and I won't even run it on a timer, I don't think. I'll just have a lever which runs up to the surface, which I can press every few hours, and then I'll probably build like a water column which brings all the items up to a chest on the surface as well. I think that's a pretty cool idea. So you can press the lever and you can see all the items come up. But yeah, I think it would be best if we built this in the form of a time lapse. So let's get into it. So the amethyst farm is complete. I didn't maximize every little piece of it to the fullest extent, but we still have quite a few crystals to be harvested. And even this took quite a long time, but it's fun to build redstone without any tutorials. And then when the pistons go off, they all fall down into here and go into this bubble elevator, like this. And surprisingly, it comes up right in this little house here for the fishing village. So that's pretty cool. We can have a nice little house over the output, and we can have a storage system inside that. The signal might not reach all the way, so I might have to make a few modifications, but let's just give it a try. Only 8. Let's see what went wrong. What happened here? I guess the redstone can't travel off a non-full block. Transport the signal like this. Which means we'll have to flip this around. So let's connect the signal. That's pretty cool. But there's still an issue. Do it like this. And flip this around. Now I forgot to hook this signal up, but we need a repeater. And this isn't going to work, is it? And then we need to continue it over here instead. And that should work now. And we need to connect this up. And everything should be working. That looks good to me. I made a few modifications to the water stream and everything should be working now. We get a good amount of amethyst from one harvest, so I'm happy with that. Not very much, but enough for me. I'll just come here every few hours and flick the lever. But yeah, I think it is time that we started our main project for the day, which is connecting all the farms in the industrial district. Okay, so first of all we have to dig or drain out a room underneath the water, and this area is pretty free, but I think I want to make it in this area. I could make it in that area, there's a lot more space, but I do have some changes to the cliffs planned, so I don't want to have to encroach on that space. You do need to make it pretty big because we will have to fit a ton of chests in here, and item filters as well. But we could make it just a little bit bigger if we go under here. Okay, this seems like a pretty good size to me. So I'm going to build some walls, probably like 10 or 15 blocks down with some glass, and then we can drain out the whole cube room. It actually looks pretty cool in here. I'm glad I used glass. You can see all the way out to the rest of the ocean. I think it's a pretty cool effect. I might even leave this embankment here as some sort of decoration. I don't know, I kind of like the look of it. So yeah, I'm going to now place all the chests and item filters in. So the chests are in, and I've got to say it looks pretty cool in here. It's probably the nicest looking storage room I've ever built, with views out to the ocean and a nice glass floor going around. We'll have to put something in here, some sort of decoration or something, I don't know. Maybe we can make it like a museum. But now I have to actually set the item filters, and I have to place all the hoppers in too, which won't be a problem because we've got a lot of wood and a lot of iron. We have to set the filters, which will be hard because I have to include every farm. Now, for things like the super smelter, I won't hook them up because I'm always smelting different things, and usually I'm only here for a short amount of time, so yeah, I'll just leave the storage how it is. But yeah, I'll grab one block from every farm. So we have the cobblestone generator here, we have the dripstone. I'm going to have to expand this dripstone farm because it's ridiculously slow. We also have the iron farm over here, which is working very well. Then we need birch, jungle, spruce and oak from this farm. These smaller farms I won't hook up because, well, this mud farm doesn't work, and these flower farms, if I'm ever going to use them, I'll only need a few flowers, so I'll just flick it on and grab it out of here. Same thing with the propagule farm. I will take one pale oak log from here, and I also need a dark oak log. I should have a few in here, yep. And then of course we need some brown mushroom and mushroom stem blocks from this farm, which I don't have, so I'll just grab them from here. A pumpkin from the pumpkin farm. I don't actually have a melon farm, so I will leave a space for a melon farm because I'm sure I'll build one eventually, so the second pumpkin can represent a melon. And then we need these, so we need some of these, and we need some of these too. And the other stuff will just go into the miscellaneous chest. So yeah, quite a lot of blocks. So this farm is insanely fast, so I'll give the warp fungus 3 chests, and this 2 chests, and the shroomlight is just a single chest. And then I'll give 2 chests for the warp fungus, and 1 for the warped roots. Then I'll give 4 chests for mud, and this single chest can belong to the cactus. Then we can have 2 chests, 1 for melons, 1 for pumpkins. We have this little lonely chest for dripstone. We can have 3 for brown mushrooms. You do collect the mushroom stems manually in your inventory, but I'll just chuck them down the water stream, so I'll give mushroom stems 1 chest. And dark oak logs are another very efficient farm, so I'll give them 4. And pale oak logs, I kind of have to give 5. Or how about I give these I give this 2 chests, and I give this 4, and then the pale oak logs can also get 4. A spruce can get 2, oak can get 2, birch can get 2, jungle can get 2, and iron can get 2, and cobblestone can get the other 4. And then this is our little miscellaneous chest at the end. So that is the layout. So now I just have to assign all the items to the filters, and I'll place blocks down here and item frames to show which chests they go in. Okay, so I think the item filters are ready. That took longer than it should have because I messed a few things up. I had to rearrange some chests, so I had to bring them all in a block, and I also had to fill these hoppers as well as the top hoppers, but it should all be working now. We've got item filters in all of them for all the different blocks. So yeah, I will test it out with an inventory filled with things. So let's see, I'll just test a few. So yeah, we go straight in here. It seems to work. Like all of them ended up here, but then this hopper went down. I think I'll have to extend the filters by 1, which isn't that big of a deal because I can just place a few glass blocks behind where the filters are. I don't have to replace the entire wall. I'll see you in a minute when I've done that. So let's test it out again. Grab some of these, some of that. Let's see, everything's good. Let's just test this out first. It's going in, and yes, it's staying. That's perfect. Oh, I forgot, with the longer type of item filters, you need 42 items in each, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We can just fill those up. Let's throw in some cobblestone now. Should go all the way around and into there. And it should count down to 41 again. And it's good we made multiple filters for items like stone, because when there's a lot of stone coming down, it will block it up easily because there's only 20 items that can go through at a time. So it's good we have 3 for things like stone. Okay, well, let's test everything else at once, I guess. Should all go nicely. Pumpkins are gone, the pale oak is gone, and iron is gone, and the dripstone is gone. Yep, that's good. That's good too. Okay, everything's good. The storage system is working. I'm happy. It looks pretty cool. Probably the nicest looking storage system I built. Very unique here. Now it's time to hook every single farm up into that water stream there. And I think this would be best if it is in the form of a time lapse. So let's hop into it. And with that, the water system is in place. I'm really happy with how it turned out from above. It looks really cool, like some sort of train line or something. I had to go back to the desert to get some more sand for this glass, but I could have used some other block, but I think glass looks the best. And to my knowledge, all of the paths seem to be working. You can see all the items converging on this spot. We have the warped farm going down here, we have the mud farm and the pumpkin farm, and then along this same line as the mud farm and the pumpkin farm, we have the dark oak farm over there, which goes around here, and we have the pumpkin farm, which connects from here and then goes down to there, and then we also have the mushroom block farm, which comes down here, I just need to make sure that this works. Yeah, it just goes straight down. Cool. And then we have this little junction here, which I think is pretty cool, and that connects all the way around to the dripstone farm in there. And then the cobblestone generator goes all the way around here and connects onto this line where we have the iron farm, and it drops down here, and then that goes all the way along here, and it jumps into the tree farms line, and then it gets propelled upwards with a bubble column, and it goes down this way, and then the warped mushroom farm goes into the same line like this. Then it all goes underneath the warped mushroom farm, across the top of the storage room, and all the way down into the junction. I must say, I really like the feel of this whole place. I don't know. So it's pretty cool because of all our passive farms. You can often just see items coming through, like the pumpkins and iron blocks, dripstone and other things. So yeah, it's nice. So yeah, this has been one of the funnest projects in a while. I've wanted to do this for a while, and I'm glad it turned out so well. Logistically, the cave system is probably going to have to enter the storage room from here, so it'll probably wind around and go from there or something. So we'll have to ride the Nautilus through the cave and enter the industrial district here, and then I'll put like a ladder up or something. Well, that was an enjoyable project, but I still want to do one more thing today, and that is getting a set of netherite armor for the stables we built in the last episode. So I'm going to go AFK at the gunpowder farm for a bit of extra gunpowder, and then I'll get some sand and we can make some TNT and head to the nether. Okay, I AFK'd at the gunpowder farm for a little bit, and I got a bit more gunpowder. So now I just need a bit of sand. Instead of going all the way to the desert, I'm just going to get it from here quickly. I was just digging here, and I uncovered a buried treasure. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. What are the odds of that? I mean, I am on a random beach, so it makes sense, but I was not expecting that at all. Okay, well, I've gotten 2 shulker boxes of sand here, so we should be able to make a decent amount of TNT. Well, that is quite a lot of TNT. It should be enough for a full set of netherite armor. I can't really remember where I used to mine for netherite, but I'll probably just find a new place. Oh, look at that, pig step, and a ton of obsidian. I can also grab this too, I guess. Gold. Ah. Oh, good. Woo. I'm never going in a batch again. That was a bit too dangerous. Oh, I got my heart racing. I think it's the first time I've come anywhere close to death in, like, 500 days. Well, I think I'm just gonna try digging down. We're pretty low already here, so just block this up just in case. Nope, lava. I think I'm gonna try digging down here. Anyways, this is a chunk border here, so we will mine along this border for the maximum results. And lava. Okay, we'll go the other. More lava, but we found some ancient debris. Even more, that's good. This is the border here, so I'll just mine along it like this. Oh, even more. I'm getting lucky already. We might not even have to use TNT. Even more. What is going on? Oh, this is ridiculous. 6 ancient debris. 7. Last time it took me like half an hour to get 7. This is ridiculous. How did I miss? Look where that arrow is. What? I'll try again. This could be actually pretty dangerous. This is a chunk border, so let's make a new tunnel here. Whoa! That was insane. If that had been a bit higher, I would have just been dead. It's 13. No, okay. I do want to get that piece of netherite there. Just in case. Okay, I'm gonna ignite this and run for my life. Oh, it does continue. Oh, I'm glad I went around the lava. We've got 21, so we do have enough for an extra full ingot. Even more, 3 right there, that's really good. Alright, 24 ancient debris, so we have enough for 6 ingots. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and smelt all of this slowly. You know, from now on, I've had so many close calls with lava, so from now on, I think I'm going to keep one of these in my inventory. It's a bit useless most of the time, but I've had a lot of close calls with lava even in the overworld, so we need 1 set of netherite armor, so I'm just going to choose some random gear from here. And these are all my tools, so we've got quite a few pickaxes. I've broken a lot over the years, so I used to have like 3 silk touch, now I only have 1. So I'll probably turn this, and I might actually turn this sword into netherite. I use this for all my farms where I need to hit armor stands. Now, if you watched the last episode on the stables, you'll know, but we need some trims for the armor, so let's get some of those. I don't know which would look the best. How about we just grab them and try all of them? So the helmet could use these 3. Now let's test out the chest plate or something. Cool, but it's not really what I'm going for, so no. That could work. This one I feel is like a bit much. I like the look of my chest plate. I think I have the whole tide set on. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have any more tide armor trims. I surely would have copied them, but I don't seem to have any. Oh, there it is. Okay. Firstly, let's just upgrade the tools. And put them away. It does look good, so we'll keep it into consideration. I also kind of like that, I think. Okay, for the chest plate, could be these 3. Everything should be in order now. Oh no, I definitely prefer that. Just the harsh lines, you know, matches with the helmet. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work though, because it feels a little bit weird just having these triangular lines when everything else is harsh and straight. So let's find something else for these. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for this. Yeah, I like it. That's cool. So if you didn't watch the last episode, basically the stables is just a facade for like a evil magic guy with a headquarters up here. Basically he's taking the life essence out of things like skulls, morphing it around, squishing it up, and inserting it into a set of armor here. And the reason I wanted to go with netherite is because it contrasts the white the best, and so it looks like the magic is getting imbued into it, you know. And do that. And then we can place this, this, and this. I think I'd like it better like this. Yeah. And there you go. I'm really happy with that. I've been waiting to do this. It adds so much detail to this interior. It's a bit of a weird interior, I know, had a very small space to work with, but I think it's cool with that. I really like it. And now the story is complete, you know, he's imbuing all of the magic into this set of armor. I think it looks really good. But yeah, I think that is it for today's episode. I was going to go to a sulfur cave to get some sulfur items, but I'm not going to be actually using them in today's episode. If you do want to see me experiment with the update, then I did make a separate video about that. I came up with some pretty nice ideas, and I think it'll be fun to utilize them in this world, but I'm not going to utilize them until the next episode or the episode after that, so I think I'll wait to go adventuring until then. But yeah, a very full episode today. We did a lot of smaller things. We of course built the little rare fish shop over here in the docks. Really happy with this. Our pet Nautilus is still swimming around happily. Then of course we connected up the industrial district. I think that turned out really cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and it's still working well. And of course we built the amethyst farm too, which I haven't been in the area since we built it. I've been over there and I've been in the nether, so the crystals haven't grown back yet, but it was still a very fun build to complete. And of course we finished off the stables finally with that nice set of netherite armor. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.